One of the most iconic images of the Battle of Britain are the fighter aircraft involved in dogfights along the south and east coast of Britain, with countless artistic interpretations of Spitfires and Hurricanes flying over the white cliffs of Dover being created. At the RAF Museum, we're delighted to display our Fighter 4 to highlight the aircraft that served with both Allied and enemy fighter forces. While you may be familiar with our Spitfire, Hurricane and Messerschmitt 109, you may be surprised to see that we have an Italian aircraft on display. The Fiat CR42 Falco was the aircraft flown during the Second World War by the Corpo Aereo Italiano, an expeditionary force of the Regia Aeronautica. It entered service with the Italian Air Force in May 1939 and was the last of the Fiat biplane fighters to enter frontline service. By 10th June 1940, when Italy entered the Second World War, roughly 300 had been delivered, and by the time it went out of service in 1943, 1,709 had been built. The Falco saw combat in the brief 2-week campaign over southern France, where light losses against the French gave the Italians the mistaken impression that their tactics and aircraft were highly effective. Due to national pride and political prestige, rather than military necessity, the Italian dictator Benito Mussolini sent a force of bombers and fighters to take part in the air battles against Great Britain. Arriving at airfields on the Channel coast towards the end of the Battle of Britain in October 1940, they provided something of an embarrassment to the Luftwaffe. Little combat with British fighters took place in the Falco, but its limited experience over the British Isles revealed its major weakness. Its armament of 2 machine guns was no more than a First World War fighter, and it was unable to inflict major damage on its opponents. This Falco was flying among 21 other Falcos from Ecloo in Belgium on 11th November 1940 during an Italian air raid on Harwich. The aircraft was forced to make a crash land after an oil pipe was broken, and it fell behind the formation as the engine overheated. The pilot, Sergeant Pilota Pietro Salvadori, pressed on before making a forced landing at Alfenas in Suffolk. Salvadori was interrogated by the British and commented that he was happy to be out of the war, as he was dissatisfied with the Italian officers and didn't like the Belgian weather, the Germans or their food. Salvadori was taken as a prisoner of war, while his aircraft was later repaired and tested by the RAF before becoming part of our collection. The Falco was used in combat on various fronts, including the Battle of France, Malta and the Battle of Britain. Described as a delightful machine to fly, the Falco was built in greater numbers than any other Italian Second World War fighter. The one you see on display at the RAF Museum is a rare example of the Falco. With only 2 intact globally, it's a must-see when you visit.